What's happening, baby? Oh my god. I forgot what I was gonna say. This is off to a terrible start. Hi. Hey, this video, what is it? This is gonna be like a Genius vibe, but more cinematic, you know, even in the way it's shot and everything like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna be singing my songs and talking about them and telling you why I wrote them. So yeah, if you like this video, you know, you can like it, comment, whatever, all that social media stuff, and let's get into it. I actually wrote this song like maybe July 7th, 2024 at 2:16 a.m. I don't know where I was July 7th at Oh, I was at Brie Morrissey's house. I was at Brie Morrissey's house. Shout out Brie Morrissey. Bomb beats. She be making some bomb beats. Get at her for beats. We know she can sing all that stuff, but she makes some fire beats too. I might be using some bomb beats in the very near future. Just letting y'all know. I was in her studio. She was knocked out. She was asleep. I was up. I had like this rhythm, this tune in my head because I was listening to a lot of Cash Cobain. I really like this like whole like sexy drill thing that's going on right now that New York has got. Like with Cash Cobain, Chow Lee, like Wolfface Joey. Gotta give a shout out to Wolfface Joey. But yeah, I love like this whole sexy drill thing. I'm really into it. I wanted to also make something that was like, I don't know, a bit more romantic. Like I feel like a lot of the sexy drill stuff right now is like, it's very like, yeah, it's sexy drill. So you're gonna have people talking about like, you know, sex, like duh. I don't know. I kind of wanted to take it to a more intimate place, a more like thought-provoking place, I guess, and a more existential place, because that's just the type of time I'm on right now. I had this tune in my head like the na 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 na. I had that in my head. I could hear like the drum pattern, and I knew I wanted something like very like sustained and very like pure sounding, like just very lush, very vibrant, but still like minimal and still like sparse enough to give like the vocals like enough like space to breathe and space to just do whatever they want. Probably have like something right here that's like showing like the lyrics, kind of like Genius does, you know. Into the thick of it, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woke up in the middle of the night again. I can feel your body breathing next to me. I can feel your heart beating just for me. I can feel my breath as scrambled desperately for air. I hold you closer and I find it there. It's darker than the corners of my mind tonight. I was in a relationship for like a year. No, there was this night where I was laying with the person. We're laying in bed together. They're sleeping. I was sleeping, and all of a sudden I woke up, and I was like panicking. I was having a panic attack. I'm freaking out, and I was like, "Why am I panicking?" I've had thoughts like this before, but it never hit me, I think, the way that it did that night. I was really contemplating like my own mortality, like as, you know, as people do, as we do, you know, like we're like the only creatures on this planet that know like their life has an expiration date, and that's really crazy to me. I'm just sitting in that bed, like the street light is like pouring in. It's like super dark, super dramatic, and everything just felt kind of blue. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, yo, there's gonna be a day where like I don't experience anything anymore, potentially. I'm Christian. I believe in God. I believe, you know, Jesus Christ died on the cross for my sins. But at the same time, you know, sometimes I'd be like, what if there's like nothing after, you know? What if you don't go anywhere? I know that's like, it's real serious for Ellen. It's real serious for daytime television. This is not daytime television. When I write songs that I know I want to turn into music videos, I write very plainly, and I write very descriptively and visually, so that I know exactly what scenes I want to shoot. They're almost like reminders of like, okay, you have to get this shot on this line. It's darker than the corners of my mind tonight, I think, is like the only line, the only bar that's like kind of, you know, abstract or like not really grounded in like the realm of reality that I'm speaking in right now. It gets spooky in the back rooms. Like I don't know what else to say. Like it gets heavy when you think about the stuff that you hold kind of in the back of your mind or in the corner of your mind that, you know, sometimes just comes out at night. As adjusting slowly, I regain my sight, and now I finally see the truth. Not only are my eyes adjusting like physically, but in my mental, I'm like realizing like why I'm thinking about all this stuff, or like why these thoughts come into my head in the first place. Like, where is this all coming from? So it's kind of like a double meaning sort of thing. The only thing that I have ever feared, the only thing that ever kept me near, the thing that made me wanna be revered in this life, the thing that took everything I held dear in this life. On nights like this, I feel it creeping near. Each line is like describes like what that thing is, which ultimately is death. Or, you know, just not existing, just not being here. Like, it's the one thing that I'm afraid of. It's the one thing that keeps me stagnant, afraid of like doing the things that I really want to do. It's the one thing that makes me want to be revered and to be respected and to be remembered by people. Because I know one day I'm going to be gone and I want to leave behind a legacy. It's the one thing that took everybody that I really cared about. Like, my mom passed away, my grandparents passed away. I've had people that I haven't had the chance to meet yet because they passed away. And some of my heroes, like even in music, that I really wanted to meet when I was a kid because they inspired me so much. I didn't get to meet them because they passed away. People that I've held dear in my life. I like this, I'm a drop in the ocean. I like this, wish I slept on a potion. I like this, when my mind is in motion. I like this, I like this, the twilight just be shining through my tears. I wish I drank. I wish I did something. I'm raw dogging life. Like, I've been raw dogging life for the past 26 years. Like, sometimes I wish I did. Sometimes I think like maybe it would just make it easier. But then I think about it and I'm like, you know, maybe it wouldn't, especially not for me. I got no business being drunk. Like, yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. You touch my face. You say, baby, are you awake? I thank God for amazing grace. 'Cause I can't be alone right now. I keep the cry inside, bite down on my lip. I was about to cry. Out of nowhere, they just woke up. I really feel like that was God. It was like, just woke them up. And in my head, I'm literally like, yo, thank God. Like, because I in that moment, I felt so alone and I just didn't want to be. They held me. They kissed my forehead. They were like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? And I remember just like looking at them and being like, I'm not gonna be here one day. And I just broke down. When the music video comes out, that's all gonna be, you touch my face. You say, baby, are you awake? Maybe like a close up on the lips, like, you say, baby, are you awake? You have to create the picture in your head with the music. In the past, when I didn't have a camera, when I didn't have the capability of creating my own videos, but was still very cinematic minded, I wrote in a way that could evoke images in one's head so that they could have the music video playing in their own mind. Like, when I make music, I can see the things that I'm writing because they're things that I've experienced most of the time. Or just like really grandiose ways of like saying like, this is what happened to me. I can see that in my head too. I have a very visual, very vivid like inner world, and I want to make sure that the listeners can like hear that and see that and feel everything that I'm feeling. Like, I'm not here to leave anything up to interpretation here. I'm not David Lynch, I'm Jorah Motley. You're gonna see and hear what I want you to see and what I want you to hear. That's just it. But it still sneaks out like Shinobi. Sadness radiating out like Chernobyl. They slide over slowly and hold me. Kiss the crown on my head like a noble.
Move finger on my temple like oval, staring to the brown eyes till it's over. Now it's over.
Little bars in there. Sadness radiating out like Chernobyl. Say that 3 times fast. I bet you can't. I feel like I'm like usually like a happy person. Like usually my energy is pretty good, like pretty chill. And I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like anything that I'm feeling, um, if I'm not making an effort to conceal it, which I'm very good at, people can usually like feel when I'm not in the best mood. So when it like radiates out, everybody feels it. Like everybody. Stare into their brown eyes till it's over, now it's over is kind of like a double meaning as well. I'm singing it like it's happening in the moment, but it's not really happening in the moment. So I kind of want to play with that visually in the music video. I'm looking at their eyes and I'm like trying to, to recenter, to ground myself by, being present in the moment with them. And I do that with them until I stop panicking, until I calm down. But also, like, I want it to switch to me like being alone in a room somewhere else, like in the present day or something like that, because the relationship ended. Now it's over.
And now I finally see the truth, the secret that I hid from all these years. Lost my sight is not to see it clearly. The one I fought back when the name was Pink in the Noise. The one I gave my music to and sing to avoid is probably still behind me resting here.
This is going back like before in this part where it has like that same rhythm, that same cadence. When I'm writing like that, having a similar cadence and having a similar rhythm, similar melody, it's like a theme, it's like a motif. Kind of telling you like, oh, this concept that when it was brought up in like the same melody and same rhythm and same all of that stuff, it's coming back again, and this time more in depth. Again, that's about like not existing. That's about death. It's about the void. It's just about like not being here and trying to counter against it almost with music or with like feeling something, even when I was Pink Noise, like I don't like anybody who was rocking with me when I was Pink Noise knows that like I'll sing about the void in a heartbeat. Like that was something that I was very into, like conceptually I was very into the void, and creating in the void, almost like making something out of nothing. That was literally the whole basis of Pink Noise.
Night like this, just can't stop crying. Night like this, gotta just stop lying. Night like this, but I can't lie. Night like this, but I can't lie. I'm afraid to die.
It's so funny. There's actually a mistake in this part of the lyrics. Nights like this, I gotta just stop lying. Night like this, but I can't lie. Night like this, no, I can't lie. Like, I already said I gotta just stop lying. I didn't have to say, but I can't lie. I didn't mean to write that. I didn't mean to write that at all. But I sang it like when I cut that verse, I was just like, oh, it doesn't sound bad. Honestly, I was just lazy. And sometimes you just gotta be lazy. Sometimes you just gotta leave things as it is. Like, I was just listening to it and I was like, yo, like, I don't want to re-record this. Like, the feeling is just there. And I didn't want to change it. But I was also kind of lazy. It was really late. I was really tired. And I wanted to keep working on other songs. So, yeah.
I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid to not wake up and look into your eyes. I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid to not feel this gorgeous fever called life. I'm afraid to die.
I once read, I can't remember where it's from. I'd have to look it up. It was an excerpt from like a book or something that was like, consciousness is a gorgeous fever. I've always loved that like description of consciousness, because it's literally like what it is. It's like fluctuation of emotions and feelings and sensations, and it's like a warmth and a cold and just a shift in just experiences and feelings. And I don't know, I've just always loved the way that that person described that. Let me see if I can find out who said that. Consciousness is a gorgeous fever. Diane Ackerman. I have no clue who Diane Ackerman is, but she said, to begin to understand the gorgeous fever that is consciousness, we must try to understand the senses. It's a quote that conveys the idea that consciousness is a complex phenomenon that can be understood by studying the senses. Yeah, no shit. I don't know where I read that. It might have been like philosophy class or something, but I really like that.
I'm afraid to die. No light in my eyes. Reason why I cry. Tears in the twilight. I'm afraid to die. No light in my eyes. Reason why I cry. Tears in the twilight.
I'm afraid to not be alive, yo. Yeah, that's it. Like, a lot of things have happened in my life that, you know, weren't very cash money. Like, they weren't that great. And there have been times where I was like, yeah, you know, I don't want to be here. I feel like everybody feels that way at some, you know, point in time in their life. But I still like who I became. I still like how I've turned out. I still like the person that I'm becoming, that I'm allowing myself to become, and the story that I'm crafting for myself. And I like how it is all connected to my real actual life. Like, you know, a lot of people don't get to do that or say that. A lot of people, I realize that, and I recognize that I am in a very privileged state. A lot of people don't have the life that I live. A lot of people don't get put in the position that I'm in. I love it. I love everything that I have going on. And I'm excited to share what I do with the world on a global scale. I really believe that that is the trajectory for my career, for my life. And trying to make that happen has been frustrating and aggravating, and has had its, you know, its share of tragedies and a lot of downs and a lot of failures. That's what makes it a journey, you know. I love that part so much. Like, when I made that, I was like, wow, his mind, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, okay. That's the song. It's out everywhere. Go stream that, please. Like, help me buy a coffee. Like, streams are pennies on the dollar, so that's probably all I'll be able to afford anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm Source, and yeah. I don't know what else to say. Goodbye. I'm not gonna walk over and turn it off. It's just gonna edit and like go like